Welcome to PA Harness Week. I'm Heather Vitale along with Mike Bozich, and happy August, everybody. You know, Mike, I feel like August gets a bad rap because people are over the warm weather. There's no big national holiday, but there's so much incredible racing this month.
Yes, there is. Sun Stakes Saturday coming up along with the Hambletonian. It's a great month to be a harness racing fan.
Yes, it is. And it's a great time to be a PA Harness Week fan because we've got the headlines for you. On today's show, the trend continues this summer as more big payoffs light up the tote board at both Harrah's Philadelphia and Pocono Downs at Mohegan, Pennsylvania. And it's not back to school time just yet, but we'll be giving our new fans a little education about the differences between a trotter and a pacer. Plus, we'll meet a young man who, by day, he rocks as a caretaker for these beautiful animals, and by night, he rules in the wrestling ring. It's a feature you won't want to miss. These stories plus the prestigious Adios Final from the Meadows next on PA Harness Week. To kick off this half hour, let's take in some action from Harrah's Philadelphia. It's from the Sunday, July 27th card, and we've got a field of trotters for you, all 3 and 4 years old, and they're going for a purse of $12,000. Number 6 is Babe Breeze Hanover, the 2 to 5 favorite. She's hit the board in a couple Stallion Series events this year. And the 8, Theobald, has picked up a win and 3 seconds in his last 4 outings. The rest are double-digit odds. We'll send it to Mike Bozich for the call.
Theobald by a length and a half. Tally the tab. Last of Braggart now wheeling uncovered. Brother Love is locked to the inside. 4th, Express Pack bounces on cover. 5th towards the inside. Shuffled Manolo Hanover on the move. Bay Breeze Hanover. Last of all towards the inside. Sim Sam. Theobald by a length to 3/4. Tally the tabs to the inside of the first over. Progressing last of Braggart. 3/4. 126 and 4. Outside moving up. Express Pack towards the inside. Brother Love. Top of the stretch. Theobald. Last of Braggart on the outside is up to take the lead now. Express Pack fans out 3 wide. They straighten away. Last of Braggart on the outside trying to put away Theobald up the inside. Tally the tab. Here comes Express Pack out wide. Deep stretch. Last of Braggart, Express Pack. Last of Braggart, Express Pack. They come down to the finish. It is Last of Braggart.
Last of Braggart on a long shot, relentless grind to get the job done, putting away Theobald in the final steps and holding off fellow long shot Express Pack, who finished a good closing second. Last of Braggart rewarded his pari-mutuel backers with a $39.20 payoff, a $410 exacta, and an $805 trifecta for $1. And there were no winning tickets in the superfecta. Last of Braggart, owned by Howard Taylor, trained by Brittany Dillon. Mark Hirschberger springing the upset.
Can I just say something? You picked that horse, didn't you?
I did.
On the pregame show, didn't
yes,
you? Way to go. Nice work.
Thank
All right, we're going to move right along to more action at Harrah's Philadelphia from the Sunday, July 27th card. And in here, we've got a field of pacers going for a purse of $11,000. Number 2, Pat McGarry, is the 6 to 5 bettor's choice and looks to rebound after being the beaten favorite last time out. Second choice is the 1, We Had a Baby, It's a Boy, has been traveling this summer to New Jersey, New York, and Delaware, and now is making a visit to the Keystone State.
Pat McGarry, he's got big company. We Had a Baby, It's a Boy driving up. Better Not Talk, a looser pocket. 3/4, 123 and 4. Pat McGarry, We Had a Baby, It's a Boy on the outside, up to take the lead now, sticking the neck in front. Pat McGarry trying his hardest to rebuff him. They straighten away for the stretch drive. They are sprinting down. We Had a Baby, It's a Boy. Pat McGarry firing back at the inside. We Had a Baby, It's a Boy. Pat McGarry game. We Had a Baby, It's a Boy. Down to the finish. We Had a Baby, It's a Boy.
We Had a Baby, It's a Boy. A tough first over grind to get the job done in what was a very, very good field. Driver Mark Hirschberger once again with the winning drive. It was a thrilling stretch duel, defeating Pat McGarry, the race favorite, just by this much, winning the race. Owned by Burke Racing, Weaver Brusemi, M1 Stables, trained by Ron Burke. We Had a Baby, It's a Boy. And a quick fact in that field, all horses came home quicker than 27 and 4.
Oh, nice little gem there. Okay, it is time for our first break. But of course, you know there's more great action coming up. Plus, if you're a new fan of the sport, we'll answer that often asked question. What's the difference between a trotter and a pacer? Keep it right here. PA Harness Week will be right back.
For real fun in real life, make it Mohegan. Make it rain. Make it pour. Make it chill. Or just make it up as you go. When it's time to unplug and get in on the action, make it Mohegan. Party on the Patio is back. Rock on with free concerts every Thursday all summer long. Learn more at MoheganPA.com.
Some of the top horses in the sport are born and raised in Pennsylvania.
It's really the world capital of standardbred breeding. Breeders from other states locate in Pennsylvania.
It's not a hard sell. I mean, we have a whole mess of clients that send us horses to take advantage of the program. The racing opportunities have been, continue to be, and into the future are very strong here. This is where the top stallions are. A lot of the top mares are here in Pennsylvania. It's perfect.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. I'm Heather Vitale.
And I'm Mike Bozich.
And we are bringing you our race of the week from Harrah's, Philadelphia. For our race of the week at Harrah's Philly, let's check out a field of fillies and mares from the Friday, July 25th card, going for a purse of $12,000, and these are all 3- and 4-year-old ladies. Now, we've got the number 5 in here. It's Ginger Tree Rose. She is the favorite, just missed winning by a neck last time out. Also getting respect at the windows is number 2, Spicy Story, who goes behind the gate for trainer Stacy Chiodo.
Outside, Spicy Story sticks the nose in front. Job Crunch trying to counter. Ginger Tree Rose right there with cover perfectly perched. Inside, Loot fourth. Third up, Swift Sarabi. On the outside, Niels Diamond with fourth over cover. Top of the stretch. Spicy Story grinding away Job Crunch. Ginger Tree Rose now moves out 3 wide. Swift Sarabi coming 4 wide. Niels Diamond out 5 wide. They fan out across the track. Ginger Tree Rose on the outside takes the lead. Spicy Story up the inside. Loot outside Swift Sarabi, but it's Ginger Tree Rose.
This was a great drive by young Pat Ryder. Very patient until the top of the stretch, utilizing a well-timed move to outduel Spicy Story in the final steps, while Loot was a much improved third at 39-1. Ginger Tree Rose is owned by Sam Beagle, Ginger Tree Ventures, Knollview Stables, Bob Reber Jr., trained by Steve Cook, and of course we talked about that patient Pat Ryder drive in a final time of 153-3. One of the biggest questions that I do get, especially from newcomers, Heather, is what is the difference between a trotter and a pacer? And of course, I do my best to try to explain to them, but sometimes I don't know if it's registering. Hopefully this next segment about trotters and pacers will clear things up.
There are 2 distinct gaits for standard-bred horses. They are either trotters or pacers. Those gaits are bred into the animal. Both parents are either trotters or pacers, and their offspring, with rare exceptions, take after their parents. When horses are sold as yearlings, prospective owners and trainers shop according to their gait preference. It's the trainer's job to teach the horse to trot or pace, and in the most efficient manner to maximize their speed. They often use shoeing or special equipment to help the process along, but most horses, when asked for speed, will produce the gait they were bred for. Pacers make up about 70% of all standardbreds. A pacer is inherently faster than a trotter, and their legs move in a pattern unique to them and only 2 other members of the animal kingdom, camels and giraffes. Pacers move the legs on one side of their body together. The right front and right rear move forward, then the left front and left rear. Pacers are easy to spot because they almost always race with equipment called hobbles, which resemble plastic loops connected by a strap to help them maintain their gait. In a head-on view, pacers move slightly from side to side as each side is propelled forward. Trotters, on the other hand, move like a human runs or walks. Right front and left rear legs move forward, then the left front and right rear. While the trotting gait is common in many animals, no other animal trots as fast as a standardbred. The trotter who can't maintain his gait at top speed may break stride. Making a break usually hurts their chances of winning, and can create a hazard for fellow competitors. A horse that makes breaks must comply with the braking rules and attempt to regain his proper stride. But whether pacing or trotting, standardbreds reach speeds over 30 miles an hour and personify athletic grace and a competitive nature.
It's always good for even the two of us to get a little bit of elementary education, right? Yes, and thank you so much to the United States Trotting Association for that feature. For our OMG moment of the week, we're going to Pocono Downs at Mohegan, Pennsylvania for the very first race on their Saturday, July 26th card. It's a group of pacers. Let's set it up. Number 4, Red Right Hand Man is your 4 to 5, the bettor's choice, as he goes to post for the father-son team of trainer Todd Buter and driver Tyler Buter. Also, look out for a long shot. That's the 2, Shanghai James, who has made the most money among this group so far in 2025. Jim Baviglia has your call.
Fractions out of this world for this group. The lead is a length for Red Right Hand Man. Now Shanghai James was in the pocket behind Captain Up. Now he's in the pocket behind Red Right Hand Man. Much further back to Steward of the Land and Galley Getaway. Top of the stretch. Buter now calling on Red Right Hand Man for more. Shanghai James sneaking up on the inside. It's Red Right Hand Man and Shanghai James keeps coming. Shanghai James is 24 to 1.
Not only was this an OMG moment with the payoff, $51.40, but this was an OMG moment because of the effort. He had the lead in a 25-4 first quarter, yielded, then was out and rolling again at 3 quarters behind the favorite, and he got the job done for driver Anthony Napolitano. A $51 payoff owned by Cliff Grundy, trained by Mike Watson, driven by Anthony Napolitano. A true OMG moment.
For our race of the week from Pocono Downs at Mohegan, Pennsylvania, let's check out an event from Saturday, July 26th. And it's not just any event, it is the feature pace on the card, going for a purse of $17,000. Now, getting the most support at the windows at 3 to 5 is the 4, Jamaican Rock. He's not from Jamaica, but rather Australia. And this is just his second start here in the U.S. The second choice in here is number 2, I Know Better, who's brought home 2 wins and a second in his last 3 outings.
So nobody making a move on Jamaican Rock. He hits the half, 54-3, 28-2, second panel. On the back stretch, Jamaican Rock. He leads by a length and a quarter. Still in the pocket, I Know Better. It's Saturday Night is third. It's 2 back to fourth. On the pylons there is Steely Knife. Rio goes past him first over. Behind that, Odds on Wildfire. Stateside Lockdown also outside at the back. Nothing has changed up front, though. Still Jamaican Rock, 3 quarters in 121-1, 26-3, third panel. Jamaican Rock throwing down the gauntlet fraction-wise here, leads by a length over I Know Better. And now it's Saturday Night off the pylons, trying to come up third, further back to Rio fourth, about 5 off the pace. Top of the stretch, Jamaican Rock leads by 3 parts of a length. I Know Better threatening at the pylons. Jamaican Rock trying to hold off. I Know Better still has the slight lead. Jamaican Rock clinging. Jamaican Rock.
George Napolitano Jr. doing what he does best, creating speed. Check out these fractions for Jamaican Rock. 26-1, 54-3, 121-1. Final time 148-3, holding off his brother Anthony Napolitano with I Know Better, who had to settle for second, while it's Saturday Night was third. Jamaican Rock is owned by Chan Kowal, trained by Scott Blackler. George Napolitano, the creator of speed, with the winning drive.
I love that. I think that's a new nickname for him. Yes. Okay, now it is break time once again. On the other side, we have more great action. Plus, we've got a feature about a young man who's a winner at the racetrack and in the wrestling ring. Don't go away. PA Harness Week will return after this.
In the world of standardbred racing, only one name is synonymous with this kind of success. This kind of history, this kind of greatness, this kind of legacy, and this kind of unparalleled promise for tomorrow. Proud of our past, excited about our future. You know the name, that one name. Hanover, the greatest name in harness racing.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. I'm Heather. He is Mike. You know that I come from a harness racing family, but I also come from a family that loves entertainment wrestling. Okay, so when Hulk Hogan passed away recently, like, we were just in shock. I had met him in the 80s, and then my son Wyatt actually met him just last year at WrestleMania. And I just have to brag on Wyatt a little bit, because not only is he an award-winning caretaker in this sport, but he's also a wrestler. So let's learn a little more about my son as he competes in 2 different sports. Wyatt Vitale Beaver may only be 23 years old, but as a 4th-generation horseman, he has a long history of harness racing running through his veins.
This has been something my family has been doing for at least, I don't know, to 60 to 75 years. This goes like all the way back. Both sides of the family. I know that my great-grandparents have been doing this, my grandparents, great aunt and uncle, great-grandparents on both sides of family. Something that's been surrounding me my whole life.
You may have figured out by now, by his last name, that yes, Wyatt happens to be my son. And if you're wondering, he was named after the legendary lawman of the Old West, Wyatt Earp. So he seemed destined to be around horses from day one. As a kid, Wyatt not only helped his dad, Mike Beaver, in the barn with the racehorses, but Mike also taught Wyatt how to ride at an early age. After graduating high school, Wyatt worked for his grandparents, Joanne and Jim King Jr., with their stable.
I turn them out, I get the stalls done, get the water buckets done, and then I'll be bringing horses in. And then we get the horses jogged, you know, and then I swim the horses, then we feed them lunch, we put them away, then we gotta get to the racetrack.
And depending on what track and what race, the workday could end at 7 p.m. or 2 a.m. But no matter what time Wyatt puts his head on the pillow, he's back up at 5:30 in the morning when the alarm goes off. Obviously, Wyatt loves being in the winner's circle, but he also has a passion for being in the squared circle. As a kid, he became a huge wrestling fan, collecting WWE action figures and attending live shows. But then at age 19, he took it to the next level and began training. Currently, he makes appearances with the local pro wrestling company, 1CW.
I started training at the Workhorse Training Facility, which is in Felton, Delaware, which is going to mark 3 years in June. I was one of the first people who walked into the school when they had the opening day, and you know, I've gotten to referee, I've gotten to manage, and I've even got to wrestle. I've had some matches. I even got to have my own show for my birthday party, where I was in a main event tag team match with me and the ranch hand Sean Carlson taking on Ty Awesome and Hobo Harry, which was pretty neat. And I also got to referee many of matches and got to travel at different promotions around the East Coast. So this has been a pretty cool thing.
He may be a tough guy in the wrestling ring, but at the track, he's known for being a kind person who enjoys making people smile.
You know, it's kind of weird for a mom to say that. I get tears of joy in my eyes when I see my son body slam somebody in a wrestling ring, but it's true. So proud of that kid. I hope you all enjoyed that feature. For our PA Spotlight, we are moving over to Western Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh, for the $385,000 Adios final that took place at the Meadows on Saturday, July 26th. So we want you to keep your eye on the 2 elimination winners, that being number 3, Twisted Destiny, the 4-5 favorite, coming off a 148 win, and the 4, Swingtown. He's one of 5 Ron Burke horses in this rich event. Jeff Zidek has the call.
Top of the stretch, and they're on their way home in the Adios. It's Twisted Destiny fighting to hang on, sipping on Sea Rock. Prince Hal Hanover to the inside. Rick Wink needs room. Swingtown kicks it into gear late. Inside, Prince Hal Hanover. Prince Hal Hanover wins the Adios.
One word: redemption for Prince Hal Hanover, who was disqualified from the Meadowlands Pace, but he got his revenge today against the good crop of 3-year-olds. Swingtown finished second. Twisted Destiny, another huge mile, came up a little short, finishing third. But how about Prince Hal Hanover completing the task in 148-1?
Okay, now we're going to move from Pennsylvania to New Jersey, and we're going to move from 3-year-old pacers to 3-year-old trotters, as there were 3 eliminations for the Hambletonian that took place last Saturday at the Meadowlands. Each one had a purse of $83,000. And Mike, why don't you kick it off with the first elimination?
Well, the first of 3 eliminations went to the game and gutsy Emoticon Legacy, sustaining a nice brush to make the lead at the half, and hung in there gamely to hold off a very quick and good close from Greenmaw, who had to settle for second, while Longshot Blank was flying for third. Emoticon Legacy, trained by Luke Blay and driven by Todd McCarthy, completed that elimination at 151-4.
In the second elimination, the heavy favorite Super Chapter did not disappoint with a dominant win on the front for trainer Marcus Melander. He is the son of Chapter 7 and scored in 151-1 with driver Dexter Dunn. Maximus Miras was second. Gab Kronos took home the money for third.
And in elimination number 3, it was Nordic Chapter going right to the front, completing the mile in 150-3. That was the fastest of the 3 Hambletonian eliminations. Maryland, a grinding effort, just missing yet again to finish second, while race favorite Go Dog Go was third. Nordic Chapter, driven by the trainer Oka Sponstad.
Okay, so you just saw the eliminations, but the big $1 million final takes place Saturday, August 2nd, and the post time for that incredible day of racing is at noon. Just come out to Harris, Philadelphia, or Pocono Downs at Mohegan, Pennsylvania, and you can watch it via simulcast. Okay, I do not wear a watch, but I do know that it is trivia time, and Mike has your question for you.
Driver Wally Hennessy this past week picked up his 12,000th career driving win at Saratoga. Now, here is our question for this week's trivia time. What year did Wally Hennessy get his first driving win ever? I'll give you a hint, Heather. It was the year Jaws the movie came out.
Oh my goodness, I love when you give hints. All I have to say is, we need a bigger boat, right? Okay, all right. We also need to go to a break right now, but that gives you time to think about the answer. Also on the other side, we have a blast from the past, starring our trivia time subject, Hall of Famer Wally Hennessy. We'll be right back.
For real fun in real life, make it Mohegan. Make it rain. Make it pour. Make it chill. Or just make it up as you go. When it's time to unplug and get in on the action, make it Mohegan. Party on the Patio is back. Rock on with free concerts every Thursday all summer long. Learn more at MoheganPA.com.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. I am Heather Vitale. This guy over here is Mike Bozich, and he has an answer for the trivia time question.
That's right. What year did driver Wally Hennessy get his first ever driving win? The year? It was my birth year, 1975. And oh, by the way, did you know that driver Wally Hennessy is not a part of one Hall of Fame or 2 Hall of Fames? He has been inducted in 3 Hall of Fames. Of course, our Hall of Fame here in the United States, the Canadian Hall of Fame, and the Prince Edward Island Sports Hall of Fame.
It is one of our most popular popular segments, the blast from the past. So for this one, we're going to go back to 1993, the Battle of Lake Erie at Northfield Park. And we've got Wally Hennessy in this one, driving the great world champion, Cam Best.
Around they come for the top of the lane. They're on a drive for the wire, and Cam Best turns them down. Has that lead at 2.5. Shady Daisy coming at him, trying to close, but at the wire, Cam Best has met the competition. They are his.
How about that win for Cam Best in the Battle of Lake Erie? At the time, a track record performance, of course, a stakes record performance too, of 152-3. But what amazed me about that group, Heather, was how deep that field was. Shady Daisy staying together, just some great horses in that race.
When we say don't miss this, we should put 1,000 exclamation points after it. We are talking about Sun Stakes Saturday. Takes place on, of course, Saturday, August 16th at Pocono Downs at Mohegan, Pennsylvania. $2 million in purses. The biggest stars are on tap. And there's a 2:30 post time. Just mark your calendars now so that you have got it down there, okay? We also do not want you missing the great action that takes place weekly at our tracks. And we're going to start with Pocono Downs at Mohegan, Pennsylvania. Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, the post time is 1 p.m. Sunday post time is 6 p.m. at Harrah's, Philadelphia. Thursday and Friday, we have a post time of 12:25 p.m. And then Sunday, the post time's at 12:40.
And of course, if you want to plunk down a couple of dollars, you can do so online as well. For Harrah's Philadelphia, go to pabets.tbg.com. For Pocono, it's ibetmohegan.com. And for free past performances, go to phha.org. And they're located right on top of the homepage.
We love connecting with our fans, so get social with us. Check us out on Facebook at Harness Week, on Twitter /X at PA Harness Week, and of course we want you to check out our YouTube channel. We know that you will love it.
And on all of our social media platforms, we've got great contests going on for this prize right here. An unbelievable, sizable bag, by the way. And we do want you to know that you have to make sure that you DM us the answers. Make sure you private message us the answers, and you could win this.
Yes, I always feel like Price is Right when I'm holding this up. Okay. On that note, our half an hour is up. Always very fast-paced. For myself, Heather Vitale, Mike Bozich, and Bruce Casella behind the camera, we will see you next week.